The chapter begins by explaining Lex Luthor's true intentions when he created Supercorp and proposed working alongside Superman. Here, we see him telling Mercy Graves that once Superman accepts he needs Lex's help to save the world and starts working with him instead of against him, Lex will have finally won. Mercy asks if it will be necessary to back up Project XL, which involves a certain clone of Lex. However, Lex warns her that the plan is too dangerous and unstable. He even told Mercy that no matter what happens in the future, Project XL should never be activated. Then we jump to the present day, where Mercy has completely ignored Lex's warnings and activated Project XL. Yes, Lex's clone with Superman's powers emerges from the containment tank. Mercy reveals that she implanted all of Lex's original memories into the clone, as she believes the original Lex has changed so much that he's no longer the real Lex. Now XL can be the Lex everyone needs, the Lex who will save them all. As soon as he steps out of the tank, Mercy asks what the last thing he remembers is. XL replies that he remembers Superman and the hatred he feels for him, for Clark having stolen Metropolis's love. For a moment, XL seems surprised to see Lena and asks what she's doing there. When Lena says she works there, XL simply pushes her out of the way, saying she should have stayed on the island with her grandmother. He had his reasons for sending her there. Then XL turns to Superman and Lois Lane, surprised to see her wearing a hero suit. Mercy explains that they tried to follow Lex's plan and work together, but the heroes turned against them. XL then says that with this new body, he's finally going to punish them. Lena, outraged, asks why Mercy is doing this. We then cut to a few days earlier, when Lex had recovered a good portion of his memories and professed his love for Mercy. This is a new man, a new Lex. He explained to Mercy that he no longer feels the anger and resentment he once did. Now he simply feels peace. These words left Mercy in shock, because she still wanted to carry out the plans they had made together. Lex, on the other hand, just wanted to live his life with Mercy far away from Metropolis and even forget about Superman. This absolutely devastated Mercy. She wanted what she calls the real Lex. She loved the evil Lex, and this gentler Lex who loves her, well, she has no interest in him. That's why she went ahead with Project XL, to get back the Lex she truly wanted. Back in the present, XL starts beating Superman down. Taking advantage of the kryptonite radiation in the area, which weakens the hero, he slams Superman into the ground to prove how superior he is. He even throws Superman at Lois Lane, saying that while he'll kill Superman, Superwoman is just a bonus. The situation gets so bad that Lena immediately uses her signal watch to alert her real father that she needs help. And indeed, over at Stryker's Island Penitentiary, Lex is being escorted to his cell when he receives Lena's message. He tells Chief Keikoa and the guards that they need to return to Supercorp, but Keikoa believes this is just another of Lex's crazy escape attempts. Lex becomes desperate and shouts that people are in danger. Suddenly, the wall explodes and a voice says, "Lex's time has come." On the next page, we see it's Marilyn Moonlight, a ghostly Avenger figure for those who commit crimes in Metropolis. She says she's finally come to bring Lex to justice. Lex admits that yes, he deserves punishment, but he also believes she's here because the city is in danger and that he can help protect it. He asks her to take him back to Supercorp and promises that after this crisis is over, she can take her revenge however she sees fit. Meanwhile, back at Supercorp, XL continues pummeling Superman, even praising Mercy, saying this body of his is simply perfect. Even Superman admits the clone's strength, but also makes it clear he's only winning because of the kryptonite. Clark manages to summon the strength to use a bit of his power to try and get Lois out of there. And he actually makes it to the streets of Metropolis, only to be confronted by the terrifying XL, who has no intention of letting them escape. Lois and Clark don't know this is a clone of Lex. They were in so much pain inside that they barely heard the conversation between Lena and Mercy. With a wicked smile, Lex says the pain has only just begun, and that he doesn't need kryptonite to crush Superman. That's when a voice behind him informs him that his fight isn't with them, but with the real Lex. Yes, this is the moment when Marilyn Moonlight and the original Lex, wearing one of his iconic suits, show up, with Lex swearing he's going to defeat him. As he gets ready, Lex even says that after beating up XL, he's going to have a little chat with Mercy. This kicks off a battle between the two, and as the punches start flying, Superman and Superwoman, still feeling the effects of the kryptonite and too weak to fight, try to protect civilians from getting caught in the crossfire. XL lands a powerful punch that sends Lex crashing into a building, but at that moment he starts to feel intense pain. Just a second ago, he felt great, but now strange cracks begin to appear on his face. That's when Lex reveals this is exactly why he warned Mercy never to activate Project XL. XL was created using the same technology Lex used to make Bizarro, so just like Bizarro was unstable and broken, the same thing is happening to XL. Surprisingly, Lex still offers to help him, to which XL replies, yes, but then throws Lex into another building. In other words, he's already starting to talk, just like Bizarro. XL declares that Metropolis rejected him for years while embracing an alien. That's why he's going to destroy the city and prove to the world that he is the one and only Lex Luthor. Luckily, with the rising sun, Superman and Superwoman recover a bit, and they charge at the villain, remembering their long history of stopping a Lex Luthor. Lois lands a massive punch to his face, and Superman freezes him with his ice breath, while Marilyn simply disappears, telling Luthor he's on his own now, but not to forget the deal they made. Then XL easily breaks free from the ice and even jokes that his brain has always been stronger than the Man of Steel's muscles. And to prove it, he headbutts Superman so hard that Clark starts to slowly lose control. In case you forgot, Superman was exposed to a lot of red kryptonite, which means that at times he might lose control of himself. Superwoman even tries to calm him down, but then XL just grabs her by the hair. XL even says that now that they both have powers, they can finally stop pretending and admit they're the perfect couple Metropolis needs. Lois pushes him back, saying he's not Lex. But when XL responds that there's nothing holding him back anymore, and that after killing them, he'll kill her entire family, it's Lois who loses control. In a fit of rage, she screams that no one threatens her family and then blasts him with a massive heat vision blast, so powerful and intense that the red energy can be seen from space. Looks like Lois used all her power here because after that, both she and XL fall from the sky. Superman is still trying to control his anger to avoid making things worse, while XL appears again, this time with gray, cracked skin just like Bizarro. He walks toward the heroes, saying he'll never stop. Seeing this, Lex tells him to stop again, promising he can help him. But XL responds that Lex Luthor would never help an enemy, never help Superman, and that Lex has forgotten who he is and why he does what he does. He screams that he is not Lex Luthor, but Lex calmly replies that he is, and then straight up blasts XL's head off with his weapon. Superman's reaction is one of outrage at Lex's action. Lena is sad to see her father take a life, even if it's a bizarre clone. But Mercy, who was watching the whole fight, smiles, realizing that Lex is back. Superman gets so angry that he charges at Lex, asking what he's done. But Lex insists he did what had to be done to save the city. If he hadn't stopped XL would have killed Lex, his daughter, Superman, his wife, and every person in Metropolis. He would have never stopped. So yes, Superman may be the Man of Steel, but he's not the Man of Tomorrow. That title belongs to Lex. Seeing no other option, Superman says he's taking Lex back to Stryker's Island Penitentiary and asks Superwoman to go pick up Mercy at Supercorp. But Lois says she can't. Her powers are gone. Yes, Lois got Kryptonian powers after the Absolute Power arc, where many lost their powers, and those powers were transferred to people who didn't have any. Lois's powers originally belonged to Zod, so if Lois no longer has them, Maybe that means they've returned to General Zod. And if you've read the latest issues, you know the Time Trapper warned that a lot of bad things would happen when Zod returned. Hope you enjoyed this amazing story, and if you got as hyped as we did, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next stories we're working on for you. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next adventure.